Hello, I hope this video finds you all well and happy and crafty. I just wanted to do a last video on this ephemera keeper that I'm making for a swap. And here it is at the end of it. I put on a bunch of charms. Some are homemade, like these flattened bottle caps, and these little twisted wire ornament that I made. Some are bought, things like this little plastic elephant. Oh, that's more of my twisted wire jewelry. Some washers I put on for, she can decorate the washer and then use it in her own journals that she gives away or whatever. And put on an empty bottle. You can fill that with sand, or I didn't glue the cork in, so she could put sand in there or beads or whatever, little shells. Little marble, little encased marble. And then I just tied this with some kitchen twine, some baker's twine. It's tied in a knot and then a little bit of a bow there. And this is got a note for the recipient there from me, and I put in quite a bit of the well, I put 3 of the little paper clips that I created. This one is just a bit of rickrack tied at the top, and there's some coffee dyed note paper and music paper, and just a magazine cover, and art store ad, paper towel dabbing thing, a stencil tryout thingy, and some glossy ad paper, more of that, form, napkin, tissue, little glassine bag, old envelopes, little paper bags with some print stuff on it, another stencil tryout, or stencil. These are the other half of all of that stuff. Second signature is paper that would have gone to waste. I included some of that. Another stencil, wrapping paper, more wrapping paper. This is paper toweling that I used to dab the music paper, music sheets. So it's kind of coffee stained. This is tissue that I used with my, I got the print from my jelly plate. This is nice kind of cardstock, and it's ad for whatever it was. Oh, Tim Hortons. Napkin, some Tim Holtz tissue, printed tissue paper, and just a book, another pamphlet, a couple of bigger doilies, and a little folded newspaper pockets with some little ad paper in there, a little door hanger that's plastic. And there's the other half of all of those. Third and final signature is the some of the note paper that I used for the stencil. Spritz some color on there. Another one. Just some practice newspaper that I use for, I used it to practice my lettering, hand lettering, so I just included that. another stencil, another stencil. That's the negative one, I think, and there's the positive one, or vice versa. Okay, and this, I just dabbed up the stencil with that, and I liked it, so I included that. This is a newspaper, a local newspaper that I used to fold into pockets. So I made a pocket out of this, and in there I included a lot of, quite a few envelopes that I stenciled. And I think that's all that's in there. Yep. And another of those little glued paper clips. Oh, I did glue this, but you could probably break that down and use it in a junk journal. Some birding newspaper stuff, another stencil, and another of the little paper clips I made. And I just used it to keep this little folder shut. Here's a washi sample card. So I just used an old gift card, and I wrapped some washi tape around there for her to try out. And these are the stick pins that I have made. And I just made sure to put them where, you know, you can't stick your hand with them. Okay, tissue, napkin. Some of the adult coloring books that I find pretty tedious to color, but you know, I use them to give away and make covers for books. And I did find that if I used a paint set, it's a lot easier to color and a lot less tedious than like a felt pens or type of thing. Okay, and then with this one I just taped together a couple plastic sandwich bags, resealable Ziploc type bags, and in this one I put what did I put in this one? A bunch of homemade stickers, and you know, shared some of my sticker sheets, you know, that the kind that teachers would use. I buy those, and I like those. A couple of smaller doilies in the center, and then on this side I did those stencils that I made from the wall art, and then more stencils that created heart shapes, and this larger stencil of this face that I made for her. I hope I did not try this one out, so I hope it won't look creepy. I hope it'll look good. Okay. And the other half of all of those. And then at the very back, and that is the other half of the folder I made out of the newspaper. I included some of my homemade tags with her name and some ribbon on there. I put in one of my homemade feathers, a couple of the zines that I made. She could cut those up into their card forms and add that or glue it onto pages or any of that stuff. A scratched scratch and win ticket, and a whole whack of this these tickets. And it's partially the other half of some of that stuff. Paper towel, stencil, pencil. And that's it. And it's for my swap partner Linda, and I hope she loves it. I hope she can make some use of it. And I hope that you will come back and watch another of my videos and subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a super day. Bye.